Eagle Run 23 here. We've been doing a lot of videos on our 6.5 Creedmoor. I am 1 week away exactly from heading out to Utah to go shoot with Jim from Backfire and do his shooting challenge, 4, 6, 800 yards and 1,000 yards. And I've been practicing a lot, several hundred rounds through that rig. It's actually setting right here. We're going to talk about it in an upcoming video, and I've got some stuff staged for it. But we've been neglecting our beloved 8.6 Blackout. This is my SLR rifle works with a Faxon barrel. We've got the DNT Hydra up top, of course, a dye-free company grip. Stealth Additive Works has a prototype 8.6 Blackout suppressor that works really well.
All right, so I'm aiming for the dead middle of the cardboard. Are you looking?
Got it.
Before you head out on any range trip, double, triple check your mountings and your rig, the stock, double check everything. This gun was assembled quite a while ago, and I threw the DNT Hydra on top. I've shot it like this a couple of times. I went to the range and zeroed it before the hunt. I'm getting ready to load up, and I realize, for whatever reason, my mount has come loose. I don't remember, because when you're making YouTube videos, if you guys could see my workbench right now, you would understand how I forgot a little detail like that. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes in order to get stuff ready to go on a hunt, to go to the range, to film a video, and I made a mistake. I did not make sure that that was secure. Now, thankfully, I was at the range shooting the 6.5 Creedmoor, talking to a guy next to me, and he had a 6.5 also, Sig Cross, I believe. Really nice guys, 2 firemen were enjoying a day off, a beautiful Texas day. I think it was like 85 degrees. He could not get his gun to group. He was actually shooting about a 2-inch group. We were talking about my rig, and I was throwing down some 0.5s and 0.6 groups because we've got this thing dialed in really well. He asked me to come shoot his. After the first shot, my very first shot was actually right where I wanted it to be. My subsequent shots were inches away from where I was aiming, and I knew something was wrong. I actually said to him, I knew something was wrong. I said, I feel like something is wrong with this setup. I didn't know if his bipod was loose, if his trigger was being funny. It was a pretty stiff pull, but when I got up after those 3 shots, I immediately checked his suppressor. It was tight. I immediately grabbed his optic, and it wiggled. Wiggled kind of like this one did. That little bit of play makes a huge difference. So before you're going out on a range trip or a hunt, just double check those things. You know, it's possible you didn't tighten them all the way, or they've just worked themselves loose. Double check. Being that that had just happened, I was able to, I actually loosened this so I could show it to you in the video. Being that that had just happened, I found my screws to be loose. So I tightened them up and was able to go on my hunt, thankfully. But then something else happened. This is the Shockwave. You can see I gouged up my buffer tube. That's a big bummer on a gun like this, because I spent a lot of money on this rig, and now my stock can just do circles down here. If your gun's not shooting the way you want it to, check that suppressor, check your optic, and make sure everything is tight. Have not been able to hunt much due to the 6.5 and it being hot in Texas. It's cooled down the last couple of weeks. Had an opportunity to grab my boy out of school. I picked him up early, and we ran out to the farm to do some hunting. Several things that needed to be done out there. It's been a few months since we've been there consistently. Had to check all the batteries in the camera, swap some cards out, reset some solar panels, and we had to dump a bunch of corn in the feeder and got those filled up so we can do some hunting this fall. Also deer, we want to get them coming up and getting used to it. We also have a lot of hogs on the property. I'm putting the number at like 80 or 90. It's hard to count. We've got cameras all over, and the way that they circle around the property, there's a ravine and they can't go this way and all that stuff. I think I've got about 80 or 90. We need to thin that number down quite a bit. So we're going to concentrate on getting some hogs once we get back from the Utah trip, and we'll keep testing some of this really cool new ammo. So 2 other things I need to do out there. I need to keep shooting this SAW Stealth Additive Suppressor. It's really quiet. It is the quietest. I have 3 8.6 cans. this is the quietest for sure.
That is really quite quiet, isn't it? You might be louder than I am.
We're going to try to get a hog on camera with the DNT Hydra. DNT has been a great sponsor for us on the channel. They have a really cool optic. I love this optic. I'm going to leave it on here, and I might even try to put it on another gun if I take that one. It has all the profiles in it where you can set different guns. You can take it off and move it, which is really handy. It's got one shot zero, so if you take your shot, you can move the crosshair over to where you shot it. Works great when I'm using that Caldwell vise that you guys have seen me use. I get that thing clamped in there. I put it right on where I aimed, move it over to where it landed. You're essentially dialed in one shot. And using the new Halworx Ballistics ammo, they have a couple of new ammos on the market. As of the filming of this video, I can't tell you exactly which ones I used yet because I don't know which one he's going to settle on. They both shot really well for me in this gun. I need to test them in our Q-Fix and see how they do over there, and then maybe in the bolt action as well. We've got a couple of 8.6 guns to try some stuff out in. Really happy with that gun right now, other than the fact that I boogered up the buffer tube. It's got a good trigger, it's got a good grip, it's really comfortable to shoot. We now have a really nice thermal up on top. This is the 640 sensor on there. High quality, gets good video. It's got the recoil where it records when your shot goes off.
I'm gonna go for the right plate this time.
Got it. I'm gonna go for it too.
You got it. Mine hits a little harder than yours does, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
You can also, of course, just record whenever you want by pressing the button on top. The user interface is great. We've played a lot with thermals, and the user interface can be an issue. It immediately streams to my phone or to the iPad, and anyone else hunting with you can see what you see, which is really cool. That's really cool to be able to check in the feeders. Is there a pig there? I'm looking through, I can look over on the thing. You could actually leave the thing on and just kind of mount your gun there and let it shine over, and you can just look over on technology's crazy, guys. You can just check over on the iPad. You don't even have to bring your eye to it, which is kind of cool. I like it when things work the way they're supposed to. DNT is completely sorted. They did not send out a prototype. They sent out the real deal, and it works really great. So, of course, the thermal has a couple of different settings. You've got an iron hot, a white hot, a black hot. You've got several different choices. I think there's 4 or 5 different choices. It's got digital zoom where you can get in pretty tight and see a little bit closer. Also, the detection range is well beyond what I need on my heavily wooded property. We met earlier this summer with the guys from DNT. They actually hunted my property. They had a great time. We got a couple of pigs, and one of the pigs that I shot actually ran away. It was with 300 Blackout. I'm sorry, 300 Blackout. Yes, I did shoot a pig with 300 Blackout. It was on one of the DNT owned rigs, and I wanted to use that scope for this hunt. That pig ran away, which they don't usually run away with me on 8.6 Blackout, but the 300 Blackout, maybe it wasn't a great shot. I was able to use the Hydra to scan through the woods and find that pig did in fact go down, and he was off in the woods. It is just a great time to be alive with the technology that we have, these cool projectiles, technology in the bullet, technology in the scope, the technology in these 3D printed cans. I'm absolutely in love with this rig. I go back and forth between the Q-Fix and the SLR. This one was intended to be built as my premium high-end option. It's got the nice Faxon barrel. It's got everything that I want, and I like it just the way it is. The only thing I might change is it could come apart and be Cerakoted, because it's kind of basic black right now, which is fine. So just really cool technology happening everywhere. We're going to have another chance to hunt. It's possible I can sneak away this week, but we need to go back out and finish our dopes on the 6.5 Creedmoor. That's the main thing that's slowing me down. Blog on this build, written out with a parts list. It will be updated to include the Hydra. Are you guys hunting 8.6 Blackout? I know it's been a while since we've done it. Tell me about your builds. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, give us a follow over there. I like to see when you guys are sending me pictures, hey, here's my build. I'm going to ask you questions about it because I'm super curious about what everyone's doing. It's been a really fun time with 8.6, and I think we're still getting to where the best is ahead. We have more options for bullets. We've got great options for suppressors. So good stuff happening with 8.6 Blackout. I don't have any 8.6 Blackout builds happening. We're going to keep going through the guns that we have. If something comes along that piques our interest, we'll of course make a new gun for it. I've got a lower ready for it if something pops up. All right, busy day. I've got to run. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.